Groundbreakers, character actors, beloved sitcom stars, and news anchors of various stripes are among the memorable TV stars who have passed away in 2024 so far. For a period of about 5 years in the 1970s, David Soul was one of the hugest deals in American pop culture, as he starred on one of the biggest shows on TV and recorded a string of hit songs. Before then, he starred on the Western sitcom Here Comes the Brides from 1968 to 1970. Then in 1975, he hit supernova status thanks to the premiere of the detective series Starsky and Hutch. Soul played by-the-book Ken Hutch Hutchinson opposite Paul Michael Glaser as the roguish Dave Starsky. Soul followed that up with a major role in the 1979 miniseries version of Salem's Lot. As for his music career, his ballad Don't Give Up on Us topped the charts in the US and the UK, while Silver Lady went to #1 in the latter. In his later years, Soul was diagnosed with both chronic obstructive pulmonary disease and cancer. On January 4, 2024, he died at a hospital in London at the age of 80. His wife Helen Snell wrote in a statement, "He shared many extraordinary gifts in the world as actor, singer, storyteller, creative artist, and dear friend. His smile, laughter, and passion for life will be remembered by the many whose lives he has touched."
You know, you can walk down any street anywhere and people stop you and say, "Hey, I grew up with you guys."
When he retired from CBS News in 2016, Charles Osgood had spent 45 years with the organization. At one point or another, he anchored CBS Morning News, the CBS Evening News, and CBS Sunday Night News. In addition to writing and recording the daily Osgood file for CBS's radio affiliates for more than 4 decades, he became the host of the long-running CBS Sunday Morning in 1994. Osgood would go on to anchor that program for 22 years, leading it to 3 daytime Emmys for Outstanding Morning Program. The right vehicle for a non-traditional newsman, Sunday Morning allowed Osgood to show off his interviewing skills, play the piano, tell original short stories, and recite his own poems. On January 23, 2024, he died from complications of dementia at his New Jersey home at the age of 91. Terry Carter made a lot of different kinds of TV, and he was often a groundbreaker in various genres. From 1955 to 1959, he played Private Sugarman on the sitcom The Phil Silvers Show, making him the only black actor in the cast and one of only a few people of color with a regular network role at the time. Then in the 1960s, he appeared on the World War II set action series Combat and was a news anchor on the Boston station WBZ, making him the first black anchor in all of New England. Starting in 1970, Carter had a recurring role on the detective drama McCloud as Sergeant Joe Broadhurst, which he followed up with a lead role on Battlestar Galactica. In the last few decades of life, he turned his attention to documentary filmmaking, including the Emmy-nominated A Duke Named Ellington on PBS's American Masters. Carter died at the age of 95 at his home in New York City on April 23, 2024. He was fondly remembered by family and friends, including his Battlestar Galactica co-star Anne Lockhart, who wrote, "He was a gifted actor, a total professional, and a most generous and supportive compatriot, and a loyal friend." The sweeping oil industry family saga Dallas was the most popular show on TV in the early 80s. In 1983, Pat Colbert broke the show's color barrier to become the first black actor with a major role on the primetime soap. For 8 seasons, she appeared on 66 episodes as Dora May, an associate of the Ewing family and the charming head of their ritzy hangout, the Oil Barons Club.
Hello, Mr. Barnes.
Ah, Dora May. Did you happen to notice what a beautiful day it is?
Colbert's other notable TV credits include episodes of The Fall Guy and Knots Landing, and she made it to the big screen with a starring role in the 1987 spy parody movie Leonard Part 6. In the 2010s and 2020s, Colbert endured a series of strokes, which her relatives believe led to her death at the age of 77 on June 23, 2024. She passed away at her home in Compton, California. Her sister Tammy told the Los Angeles Times, "She was just good. She was good at everything she started out to do. She made it a point to get there and do well at it." Daytime and primetime soap operas were hugely popular in the late 70s and early 80s, and that's where actor Doug Sheehan first found on-screen success. On General Hospital, he played attorney Joe Kelly for more than 200 episodes, netting a Daytime Emmy nomination along the way. In 1983, he moved over to the cast of Knots Landing, on which he played journalist Ben Gibson for 5 years. Then in the 90s, he played a couple of teen sitcom dads on Sabrina the Teenage Witch and the TV adaptation of Clueless.
I'm semi-retiring from the Other Realm Foreign Service, so I'm going to be settling down. I want you to come to Paris and live with me.
Live with you?
Right now?
Having retired from acting in the early 2000s, Sheehan moved to Bighorn, Wyoming. He died at his home there on the morning of June 29, 2024, at the age of 75. Joan Van Ark, who played his wife on Knots Landing, remembered him by declaring in a statement, "My heart is broken to hear the news of Doug Sheehan's sudden passing. Good night, sweet prince, and may flights of angels sing thee to thy rest." After amassing a prolific list of theatrical credits, Bill Cobbs moved into film and TV in the 1970s. Over the next 50 years or so, he became one of the most recognizable character actors in Hollywood. Among his nearly 200 credits are the films The Bodyguard, Air Bud, and the Night at the Museum movies. On the small screen, he was a main or recurring cast member on the likes of I'll Fly Away, The Gregory Hines Show, and The Drew Carey Show. In 2020, he won a Daytime Emmy for the children's series Dino Dana. 9 days after marking his 90th birthday, Cobbs died on June 25, 2024 from natural causes while surrounded by his family at his home outside of Los Angeles. His brother, Thomas Cobbs, wrote on Facebook, "As a family, we are comforted knowing Bill has found peace and eternal rest with his Heavenly Father." A frequent collaborator with prolific TV producer Stephen Bochco, James B. Sikking is well known primarily for two very different series. He appeared on every episode of NBC's award-winning police drama Hill Street Blues as Lieutenant Howard Hunter, the unflappable head of the Emergency Action Team Unit. 2 years after that show ended in 1987, Sikking was one of the stars of Doogie Howser, MD, as the titular teenage doctor's father, David Howser. On July 13, 2024, Sikking died in his home in Los Angeles of complications from dementia at the age of 90. His former TV son, Neil Patrick Harris, remembered him by writing on Instagram, "A true professional. He treated everyone with respect, taught me countless lessons, yet always had a spark of mischief in his eyes. It was an absolute honor to be his son." Before she was a TV star, Naomi Pomeroy was one of the hottest chefs in Portland, Oregon. She opened her restaurant Beast in 2007 and was soon thereafter named the Pacific Northwest's best chef by the James Beard Awards. She made the leap to TV in 2010 as she competed on Iron Chef America and Knife Fight. She became a reliable star on Bravo's Top Chef franchise, competing on Top Chef Masters and guest judging for multiple episodes of Top Chef.
So my favorite part is just making people happy.
On July 13, 2024, Pomeroy embarked on a river tubing trip on the Willamette River, during which she became sucked below the surface and her movement was impeded by a paddleboard leash. She tragically sank and was never seen alive again. Her body was spotted by a canoeing party and retrieved 5 days later. She was only 49. Lou Dobbs was a foundational figure in 24-hour cable news. When CNN went on the air in June 1980, he was one of its first anchors. After nearly 3 decades there, he departed to join Fox Business Network in 2009. In the 2010s and 2020s, his vocal support of Donald Trump changed the tone of his program into a more political one. Dobbs ended up getting caught up in a major scandal when Dominion Voting Systems and Smartmatic sued Fox News and its associated networks for defamation over false claims about election rigging. In February 2021, Fox Business dismissed Dobbs and ended his show for helping spread the claims of irregularities. On July 18, 2024, Dobbs passed away at the age of 78. A representative of Fox News told Newsweek, "An incredible business mind with a gift for broadcasting, Lou helped pioneer cable news into a successful and influential industry. We are immensely grateful for his many contributions and send our heartfelt condolences to his family." After graduating with a theater degree from UCLA in the 1970s, Patti Yasutake wanted to act on TV, but struggled to find work as an Asian American. While working with the influential Asian American theatrical collective East West Players for 3 decades, she eventually landed some screen work, including a Japanese transplant struggling to fit in among Americans in the 1986 movie Gung Ho. Yasutake is probably best known for her place in the Star Trek universe. Across 16 episodes and 2 feature films, she played Starship Nurse Alyssa Ogawa, and the final live-action performance of her career proved to be her most acclaimed. In the 2023 Emmy-winning Netflix limited series Beef, she played the mother-in-law of Ali Wong's stressed-out lead character Amy. On August 5, 2024, Yasutake passed away in a Los Angeles hospital at the age of 70 from complications of T-cell lymphoma. Known mostly for his TV work in the 80s and 90s, John Aprea first made an impact in 1974's The Godfather Part 2 as the young version of gangster Sal Tessio. Sitcom fans fondly remember him for his recurring role on Full House as Nick Katsopoulos, father of John Stamos' Uncle Jesse.
You know, there are going to be a lot of grandsons at this reunion. None of them mine. Pop, you promised you weren't gonna bug me about this?
Aprea returned to that role for a cameo on the sequel series Fuller House in 2017, and in between, he had guest appearances on such shows as The Sopranos and NYPD Blue. On August 19, 2024, Aprea's agent revealed that the actor had died 2 weeks earlier of natural causes on August 5th at his Los Angeles home at the age of 83. While Rachael Lillis' name and face might not be instantly recognizable, her voice certainly is to generations of kids. In the original English-language dub of the first Pokémon series from the 1990s, she voiced the trainer Misty, the villainous Team Rocket member Jessie, and numerous pocket monsters, including Jigglypuff. Lillis also lent her voice to dozens of other English-language versions of Japanese animated series. In May 2024, Lillis was diagnosed with breast cancer. Just 3 months later, on August 10th, she died from complications of the disease at the age of 55. Her friend and longtime Pokémon co-star Veronica Taylor remembered her by writing on social media. Rachael was an extraordinary talent, a bright light that shone through her voice, whether speaking or singing. Peter Marshall's career included singing, acting, and radio DJing, but he ultimately found his show business niche as a game show host with the 1966 debut of the Hollywood Squares on NBC's daytime lineup. He would go on to win the Daytime Emmy for Best Game Show Host twice, and parlayed his goodwill with the public into a revival of his acting career in the 70s and 80s, as he appeared on popular shows like Fantasy Island and The Love Boat. Marshall continued to appear on TV throughout the 90s and into the 2000s, including a revival of Hollywood Squares. On August 15, 2024, his family issued a statement confirming that the 98-year-old entertainer had died that morning from kidney failure in his Los Angeles home.